We're in the midst of a massive set of changes in our industry. We've categorized them internally into 6 buckets, if you will, of massive change. One is this migration to the cloud. The prevailing wisdom was that we were going to do a whole lift and shift into the cloud, and the on-premise environments would either disappear or shrink to very little. It turns out that that's not what's happening. There's multiple cloud providers that most clients work with. Many of our clients also have come to realize that some of their applications are either unfit or unable to be moved into the cloud for a number of reasons. So now they have to deal with an on-premise infrastructure and multiple cloud providers, and that's very challenging because each cloud provider does not operate the exact same way. Change number 2 is that we're moving some of our workloads from either physical systems to virtual environments, which we've been doing for more than a decade now. But we're also making another change into containerizing them. And the way you do that specifically is very different. And we're having to retool, retrain, refactor many of our things so that they support one of those 3 modes of computing. Change number 3 is the security aspect of all of this stuff. The prevailing wisdom in the past was that you could build a wall, a moat, a bastion of some sort around your data center and you were good, or data centers. But now we have such massive interconnectedness between ourselves internally, so many multiple data centers, the edge, our compute platforms are now spread all into the factory floor, into IoT devices. We're connected to the World Wide Web, so the vectors of attack have increased tremendously, and we've had to factor that in. And this has driven a lot of complexity. Much of that complexity is now being extracted or filtered through change number 4 for us, which is automation. The important part is to try to turn your environment into a repeatable process that's driven by automation versus by human factors. And you're trying to eliminate the opportunities to create errors in your environment by making them repeatable and testable. The 5th is that there's a move by many clients into artificial intelligence. So if you talk to any vendor, regardless of what space that they play in, they're incorporating artificial intelligence into their products or services. So they're taking these massive data lakes that they have and trying to extract more business information out of them. The volume of data that we deal with nowadays is staggering, and there is no way to process that with traditional methods. And what we're seeing is that many folks are using these artificial intelligence or deep learning mechanisms to extract that value out of that data. Your AI engine has to connect to your container engine, to your security engine, to your compute engine, to all those different things that we talked about. And minimizing the amount of effort and work that goes into the network is a big mistake. So most organizations are undergoing a massive change in their networking approach as well. Because you not only have to keep your lights on, but you also have to try to innovate and also undergo these massive changes as well. And that's really where we're helping our clients weed through the difficulties of that stuff, help them make intelligent choices on the kinds of tools and technologies. And where necessary, we can augment their own internal staff with our own. So we have an organization that does support services, as well as managed services, as well as our architect teams that can help weed through all of those choices that are driven by those 6 areas.